There they are. Cecil, you get bigger. The ring, it tempts us. We took down Shatterfang. How about that? Good stuff, Cecil. Good stuff. Welcome everyone. I am Average Zen, your host of Average Zen Presents, and we are coming at you live from Twitch at Average Zen Presents, or perhaps you are watching it at a later time on YouTube at Average Zen. One and all, welcome, bring it in. It is a Brawlin Friday edition of our show, and that means we are headed into Brawl. Yes, we've got a new commander, and I'm looking forward to playing it. And we'll see what we can do. It's a weird one. Because today we are destroying ourselves. Yes, Cecil, Dark Knight, is a 1-mana commander, 2/3 death touch, excellent stats. But he has some darkness inside, much like us all. When Cecil deals damage, are we going with Cecil or Cecil? Side note, let's go Cecil, that sounds fancy. Whenever Cecil deals damage, you lose that much life. Then, if your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, untap Cecil and transform it. And what do you get? A 4/4 lifelink. Whenever it attacks, other attacking creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. Other. So, yes. Here's what I'm thinking. Playing this in Brawl is a little bit better than playing this in a 60-card format where your life total is 20, because 25, and if you're playing in Commander, especially where your life total is 40, 20 or 12 and a half is a lot better than 10. And that means we get a little bit more wiggle room when we're playing in a Commander EDH-based format. And with Cecil being so low to the ground in cost, well, we're going to run lots of 2, 3, 4, 1-drops, and we have a single 5-drop. So our mana base is no mana rocks here, no ramp other than Restoration of a Ganjo, I believe. And yeah, we'll see if we can make do with things like Dark Ritual, Gas Guzzler to get us kicked off. You know, people aren't going to block a 2/3 death touch early on with their mana dorks. We've got things to pay off here, like the last ride for our self-harm. We can get a 13/13 out there relatively easily. And we have lots of ways to gain that life back if we manage to flip over Cecil. And we have some payoffs, including things like Soren. Yeah, Soren the Mirthless. We could gain that life back. Shieldred, of course, classic. Damnation, Witch Enchanter, Day of Judgment, Haggard Mauling. These are all removal in our 4-drop slot, pretty much other than Shieldred and Soren. And Kaya, my favorite Planeswalker. This particular version, my favorite Planeswalker, Kaya Planeswalker. Ghost form token means that even should we hit Cecil and flip him, and then it gets blocked, all of our other still has indestructible, and then we can return it to hand, and we have a 1-mana commander. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You even get a 1/1 Flying Spirit token out of the deal. Yeah, if you want the full deck list, you can always hit !deck if you're in chat with us. If not, and you're watching on YouTube while you're down there hitting that like and subscribe, you check out the Arc Deck video, or the Arc Deck link in the video description. There we are. We have proper sequencing. Let's see if we can get it not only with our words, but with our cards. Shuffler, Matchmaker, it's on you. Let's see what happens. We have lots of removal. We have very low to the ground creature mana base. I think if we can just hit 3 or 4 lands and hit our land drops, we'll be fine. And as long as we don't get stuck with a lopsided hand, like all removal or no removal, up against Yorion, Sky Nomad, or Sky Noodle, if you will, It likes to flicker permanence when it enters, which means it'll probably be flickering a lot of things and have things to flicker it. We go first, which makes Desert Cenote not an ideal turn 1 play, but we do have two turn 1 plays, so let's keep this, as well as some removal. And we'll start out with our commander. Unfortunately, that pathway is the wrong land, and we will not be able to cast Kytheon next turn. If we had any other black-white source that came in untapped, that's alright though. I guess things work out because now we have Thoughtseize, so we can do something with our 1 mana. Yeah, never didn't have it, right? Let's get rid of the Fateful Absence and have a go. Alright, if we draw an untapped land next turn, we can actually double spell. That would be amazing. Oh my goodness, it's like they're listening. It's like they're listening. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Attack in, do some self-harm. Don't recommend in real life. We have fantasy games for this. Alright, we have double spelled. Fortune Loyal Steed is a great way to flicker things. That will have to die. Alright, here's what I am thinking. Let us saddle 3. And see what we get off the top. We'll see if they block. We gotta fill the Profane. That's not bad. We're gonna kill this guy anyway, so let's pay 3 life, and that will get us down close to our halfway point. Alright, we can play our land for turn, and we will pay 3 life. And get a guy of souls out there, and then, oh my, that went very well. And then Heliod comes down next turn, and Cecil flips. And we start gaining life back and getting big creatures. That looked good. It felt good. Well, that's the kind of opening hand and sequencing we want to see. The only slip up, I would say, is if we would have had that untapped black and white source. Maybe the shock land. Godless Shrine, where were you in our time of need? Thou hast forsaken us. Let's see if we can do it again. The Orion never had a chance. Oh, alright. Finally we found a use for Caustic Bronco. If you want to self-harm, then Caustic Bronco is a creature. And we are up against Joda. Yep. Gonna do all sorts of stuff with legendary creatures and probably destroy us. I like it. I like it. Alright, speaking of that Godless Shrine, let us pay 2 life and get a Cecil. I think next turn we hit the fetch land and deal some damage to ourselves and play out the Ocelot Pride. Or do we go, hold up, Orcish Bowmasters? Or do we go Emperor of Bones? Choices. Alright, let's harm ourselves a little. Get ourselves a white source since we no, we cannot do that. That was a polluted delta. Never mind. Just kidding. All right, ow. And we'll hold up the Orcish Bowmasters. All right, they have lots of multicolored lands here. Case of the Shattered Pact. You know what? We'll get in and mass orcs one. We probably could have done it at their end step, but if they have something they can play here for 1 mana to get rid of the Orcish Bowmasters during their main phase that they could not play during their end step, then maybe I'll feel silly, but that's okay. All right, let's start out with the Gas Guzzler because that will start our engines. There we are. And get in for some damage. We'll raise our speed, just in case we come across that Muraganda Raceway. And let us go with the Emperor of Bones. Bony boys, come on down. And he joins up, deals 5 damage to... Who? You can't feel good about that. All right. Let's go with Human, and I love the Silver Quill Silencer here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. I think the correct answer is submit 0, attack in, raise our speed, and go with a Silver Quill Silencer named Joda. Where are you at, Joda? There you are. And let's get an Ocelot Pride. Now they have to deal with something else. Evolving Wilds. Quoi? Ce soir. Very French. Very fancy, Cecil. Ooh, Crashing Drawbridge. And a Shadow Spear. Okay, well, let us have this enter and surveil. I don't like the restoration of Viganjo on top. Let's go ahead and play Cecil Dark Knight. Uncounterable. And from our graveyard, now we'll exile their Evolving Wilds. There you go. Attack, ye fools. Alright, we have max speed. We have the city's blessing. And let us, I think, we're going to sacrifice the Silver Quill Silencer. No. The Orcish, no. You know what? Cancel. We'll wait and see what they do. That doesn't say as a sorcery. We can always sacrifice the token, right? We want all of our stuff. But the kitty tokens, they can go. We can take them or leave them. Notably, our opponent down to 9. Does Joda make an appearance, and does he drop a truth bomb on our Dark Knight butts? Toski is not a Joda. Are you gonna give Toski haste? No? Okay. Well, let us sacrifice a kitty token to draw a card. Oh, there's our restoration of a Ganjo. Let's go ahead and play Heliod Suncrowned. And now, I believe the answer is attack. Possibly for lethal? I don't know. Seems good. Alright, blocking Cecil. And then we will, what? Go lifelink on Cecil? No. Lifelink on the Gas Guzzler. Alright, and then put a +1/+1 counter on the Gas Guzzler. And that is what? 2, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we're one off. Oh, they had life gain anyway. Alright, well, let's put a +1/+1 counter on the Ocelot Pride. And we'll take some damage. Hey, but we made some kitties. They're gonna have to find a serious bomb and or board wipe here. Hey, good game. Good game, Joda. I think if they would have ramped a bit, that might have been a different story. We'll never know. Alright, let's go. Level up. Cecil, doing alright so far. Now let's keep this train rolling. I switched out my chair because the other one was squeaky. And now this one's squeaky. I see WD-40 in my future. Oh, while we're waiting, if any of you listening, well, God bless you, number one. Number two, if you would like to see a Brawl commander at some point, then hit us up in the comments. Let us know, what commander would you like to see us play and or build? Arabo the First Fang. This is questionable. Alright, well, we have a 1-mana commander and we have a dark ritual. So let us go with a Cecil and the Call of the Ring. That seemed like a good play. Alright, now we can drop Razor Grass Ambush next turn, throw down Giver of Runes. Oh, well, that's not very nice. We will pay 3 life for the Giver of Runes and attack. And a couple of board wipes in hand. If Giver of Runes manages to untap, then we'll be fine, I think. Alright, no blocks. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. We go Shadow Spear. We equip Shadow Spear. And then attack. All right. The Wind Crystal. Well, that's a powerful effect if they get up to 6 mana. That's going to give all their stuff flying and lifelink. No blocks. We'll let them do our work for us. We are now below half of our life. That is an option, you know. We can always just let our opponents hit us. Alright, we should be below our life total now. Cool. And I believe if we go a 1, a 2, a 3... okay. Excellent work, Call of the Ring. I like it. We're down to 7. But I think that could change very quickly. Opponent, okay, well. Oh no, our thing. Alright. The ring tempts us. And we play our commander. Then we'll play Midgar thingy untapped. Or tapped, rather. Then let's see what happens. They make a token. Replay their commander, I imagine. Okay. Then we have perpetually gained lifelink on a creature. And that's the one. I swear, I always have removal when this creature comes down. Alright, we will take action. Oh, Phalia, welcome to the party. How about we swing in, and we will discard... You know what? We will discard the Dismember. Do you feel me? Alright. Alright, and now, I believe the answer is just my board wipe. Okay, well, they have a Rabo now and 3 cards in hand. We're down to 4 life, mostly due to our own, just shenanigans. It has Ward 2. Interesting. We'll have that enter tapped. Alright, cool. Well, let us pay 3 life. Oh, that is hilarious. Alright, and then we have Phalia, the #1 pup. Can she save us? Alright, they have a 2/2 with flying, and we have to have removal off the top or we're dead. Wait, no, not quite. Not quite. We will gain life off of the Shadow Spear. Alright, come on, good dogs. Oh my. We got a time pile of content. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's get some damage in. We will flip. Actually, we'll get rid of. We'll flip the Call of the Ring. And we will discard the Heliod, I suppose, because we have to have the Shantotos. There's no way they block, right? If they had, I mean, then we're definitely done. Alright, we have to sacrifice a good dog. I'm sorry. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I guess a damnation. All right, we did it. For how long, what time this buys us, I have no idea. Man, they are just good at drawing creatures. We cannot catch a break. We need another board wipe again. That's a tiny bones. That's not it. All right then. Well, we have blockers. That's all we can do. If they draw a land, then they can use the wind crystal and they see it. So, yep, good game. Oh my goodness. They were just really good at drawing creatures there. We could not stop having to answer everything. All right, let's see if we can do it one more time. Cecil, come on. You have the power to destroy us. Our 1 mana commander costs 5 because we had to blow him up. It's a very hard thing to balance. How will we be able to flip him and gain the life back? Seems like we should have been able to, but it just never happened. All right, up against Chatterfang, Squirrel General. Recently found out this is the #1 rated token deck commander. And we're on the draw. I like it though. All right, they have a squirrel. Well, let's do some self-harm and grab our Godless Shrine. And we have a 2/3 Death Toucher. Pretty good against the 1/1 squirrel. They have a Valley Rot Collar. Uh-oh. All right, what do we need? We need a Muruganda Raceway. We will attack. That will raise our speed. And then we get the Call of the Ring. And then next turn, they probably play Chatterfang and we Skyclave Apparition. No, we cannot. We don't have double white. Good thing they didn't do that. All right, we will take action. Oh, excellent. All right, then let us... Attack in. All right, we flipped him. And then we can hold up Orcish Bowmasters. This is interesting. We've managed to flip them pretty early on. Bastion of Remembrance. Okay. All right, well, I'm okay with this, I guess. We're going to take 1 damage. And we take 1 from the Valley Rot Collar. All right, we'll have Cecil be our ring bearer. We'll pay 2 life, draw a card. Go with Heliod Suncrowned. Band attack with a 4/4. And I think we can discard Yeah, I'm all right with discarding Adeline. All right, let's get the Orcus Bowmaster bigger. Play Authority of the Consoles. I think we've turned it around. I think we might have turned it around here. Oh, they got a Lumbering World Wagon. They're definitely going to hit their land drop. Yeah, gotta get in with that Valley Rot Collar, right? All right, well, we'll continue to have Cecil be our ring bearer. Well, Swords to Plowshares is a good card. Let's go ahead and play Shieldred. And then we'll hold up Swords to Plowshares. And we'll discard. What do we discard? I guess the Plains. And put a counter on Orcus Bowmasters. Very nice. All right, we have our speed up. Put a counter on Shieldred. They are tapped out, so let's just go ahead and get rid of Valley Rot Collar before that has a chance to do anything else to us. And plus, then now they're going to have a little bit of trouble equipping the Lumbering World Wagon. Is it time for Chatterfang to come out? There they are. All right, Cecil, you get bigger. The ring, it tempts us. We took down Chatterfang. How about that? Good stuff, Cecil. Good stuff. Tastes good. Victory. Let's do it again. We have not found our Kai's yet. We have two of them. We don't need to, obviously, but it would be a flavor win for me. I like to see her. Always a friend. Who will we find next? And I gotta say, we're not in Hell Queue, so this is nice. We have found a Joda, Slimefoot, and Squee. This could be troubling. Yes. Whenever Slimefoot and Squee enters or attacks, create a 1/1 green sapling. Sacrifice a sapling, return this card and up to one other target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Alright, we did find Kaya. She answered our prayers. Look at her go. Minus 1/1 at the beginning of your end step. If you descended this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay. Well, let's get ourselves a Godless Shrine. Pay 2 life. We have descended this turn, so we'll have a 1/1 become a 2/2 Menace. And that's almost as good as Cecil, but I couldn't guarantee we're going to be able to do that again, so otherwise I would have played Cecil there to begin with. But we will go ahead and play out Ocelot Pride. Because the board's wide open, and I have a feeling it won't stay that way for long. Alright, Here we go. Adeline will help us out with obtaining some of that much-needed ascendancy, the city's blessing. And I believe we can double spell next turn. Oh, there goes our Ocelot Pride. There we go, though. That's alright, because we have Reanimate. And now, Stalactite Stalker also has Descend again. Shadowy Backstreet comes on in, and we'll keep that on top. Play Cecil. Play Reanimate, and we'll get back... Oh my. Okay. No. Giver of Ruin seems alright too. I forgot they put that Trumpeting Carnosaur in there. Alright, they're gonna have to do a lot here. They should not have taken out our Ocelot Pride with the Trumpeting Carnosaur. How could they know, though, that... I mean, Reanimate's so good with Cecil. Because, yeah, we don't mind reanimating a big target like that. We're like, yeah, that'll get us to flip Cecil even faster. Let's go. Taking them out left and right. The Dark Knight returns. Sometimes he becomes a good knight, you know. It's dynamic. He's having character swings. There's a plot arc somewhere. Play the games. Jacob. Inspector. Okay, well. 2 mana, draw a card, then exile a card from your hand face down. You may look at that card for as long as it remains. Exile, you may pay 6 if you do transform. If you're going to get your upkeep, exile up the top card of your library face down. You may look at the card as long as it remains. Once a week, you may play a land or cast a spell from a card's exile without paying its mana cost. Got it. Alright then. Cecil, come on down. He even has Reanimate. Chromox, cool. And they exiled Reenact the Crime. Oh my. This could get ugly very quickly. Alright. We're hurting ourselves and holding up Orcish Bowmasters against the blue deck seems good. Uh-huh. Oh no. Well, unfortunately, unless we draw a white source, we will not be able to split up next turn. Ruin Crab, are you serious? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and play out Giver of Runes. Something tells me they're not going to block. Oh, they do. Okay. Sweet. Well, I have a surprise. We're gonna steal your Ruin Crab. Cool. Alright, here's the deal. We attack with Cecil. I wish we could have hit a land drop there. That would have made me feel better about stealing the Ruin Crab. Alright, get our speed up. Alright, flash out the Orcish Bowmaster. a resolve. And deal 1 damage to your face. And we'll play out Tiny Bones. And in the turn, and hopefully we draw a land next turn, because Tiny Bones plus Ruin Crab on our side seems pretty good. Nightclub Bouncer. Alright. And who will you return? No? Oh, okay. You stifled the Orcish Bowmaster. Wow. We are having fun. Well. Let's get that into play. Mill you. What do we get? Divide by 0. Rewind. Mind's Dilation. I don't like it. Alright. We will exile the Stifle. Seems annoying. And attack. And attack. Uh-oh. What's happening? Alright, well, let's give Tiny Bones protection from blue. We have achieved max speed. Which is good, because we have not been hitting our land drops. Alright, they have seeked a land card, but I believe it may be too late. Oracle of the Alpha. Alright, here's what we have to do. Do they have any creature? They do have a creature in there. Let's go activate ability. And now, Ghost Vacuum. And we will exile the Nightclub Bouncer. Attack in with a 4/4, 1/1, and a 2/3. And we will, yeah, have to say no to that. Decline. And they better have a heck of a card in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can play something. They did it. They played they have a River's Rebuke. Cool. Well, let's start out by exiling the Oracle of the Alpha. And then we'll go to hand with Cecil. Oh, they get their crab back. Alright, well, here is a Cecil. Here's a Giver of Runes. How about a Tiny Bones? And an Emperor of Bones. And a ghost vacuum. And I think we're pretty much back where we started. From our graveyard, we don't really have anything, so let's get rid of the River's Rebuke, so they have no way to get that back. And I was really hoping that they would not be able to get anything. Okay, there's Chimmel, the Inner Sun. We can't counter their spells, and they get to discover 5 at the end of their turn. At the beginning of each enchanted player's post-combat main phases, there's an additional beginning phase after this phase. What? Okay. If you insist. Oh, they has Mox Pearl. Not the worst thing we could see. Alright then, well. I gotta say, not having double white here is kind of messing us up. I guess we attack and attack and attack. There's a Brazen Borrower, cool. And who will they block though? No one? All right, we're under 12.5, so we managed to do that. Okay. We'll see if we can close out this game before our opponent finds something incredibly good to play for free. ×2. Ancestral Recall. Well, go ahead and flash out Orcish Bowmasters. They have an answer already? Wow, okay. Well, we have an answer for that. Protection from blue. I gotta say, this is an interesting deck that our opponent has. I have never even seen this card. Shadow of the Second Sun. It's a Modern Horizons card. It came out recently, didn't it? Oh, they have Detection Tower. I did not even see that over there. Alright, well. I mean, it's not hexproof. It's protection from blue, so... Feels good. Read your cards, kids. Oh, we're guilty of it too. Alright, well, they are going to be able to search their library, graveyard, and or outside the game, which they cannot do in Brawl. So, library or graveyard. And we're hoping it's graveyard because we can interrupt that. Oh, Cyclonic Rift. Very nice. Okay. They're gonna mill us. All right, there go a couple of lands. Well, they kept one on top. Interesting. Okay, what do they do? They Cyclonic Rift, that's what they do. I mean, they're gonna do it on our turn. Yep, there's the... Oh, wait. Okay. I don't know that I would have let us draw there. I think the correct answer here is exile the ruined crap. And then they Cyclonic Rift us. Yep, just go ahead and get it over with. We know it's coming. And get rid of the Brazen Borrower. And since the token's going away anyway, and we won't be able to get it back, let's sacrifice that to draw a card. Oh, I like the Static Prison here. I do like that. That could be a game changer. Alright, well, let's, they have Mystic Reflection. Choose target knowledge or creature the next... Okay. Well. How about Static Prism? And we'll get rid of this thing. And Ghost Vacuum. And how about we get that's gonna cost us. How are we able to Oh, because Muruganda Raceway taps for 2. We will discard Cloud, and that seems good because somehow we only just now have double white. Well, Manic Scribe. Yeah, hold on a second. They are really dedicated to this mill plan, I gotta tell you. I don't get it. I don't get it. Our music seems to have turned down. All right, sure, whatever. How about chill guitars? That seems good. Yep. And then, sure. All right, they got Thoughts of the Deep Dwelling. This is a thing. This is turning into quite a grindy game. Oh, yeah? You know, I don't think that's any good, and I don't think that's any good. And we'll exile what from their graveyard? I guess the Ancestral Recall, or yeah, the Cyclonic Rift, definitely. Wow, they just have answers for it all, don't they? Wonderful. We will take action. Play our land for turn. Attack in with their overwhelmed apprentice. Or our overwhelmed apprentice. I'm feeling overwhelmed at the moment. There you go. And let's go ahead and split up and destroy all untapped creatures that will not get Thassa, I understand, but it will turn off maybe enough devotion. Nope, not, oh, just barely. Just barely. All right, Cecil. Can we close out the game? Gas Guzzler. Tiny Bones. In the turn. Okay. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this Hawkeen's Insight thing. We've got all... Okay, take an extra turn. Cool. Oh my goodness, man. You are just making this so annoying. What do you do when that flips? Let me copy that spell. Yeah, I don't care. No blocks. All right. Get rid of the Tidebinder. This is ridiculous. Oh, we have an Omniscience, huh? And extra turn. Come on down. Cyber Siphoner. Okay, man. Get out of here. This is ridiculous. From exile. Return target instant from your graveyard to... I thought we exiled that. We exiled that. What? Ridiculous. Okay, if that's the kind of deck you want to build, then go for it. And that's going to do it for us. As always, love one another. Be cool, don't be a jerk, and have fun playing Magic the Gathering. Cecil.